Morning. How you all? And breakfast over or not? Okay, good. Reading Python over. Hmm? Peppered or not? Python notes. NumPy notes. Completed. Huh? Come on, girls. Completed more. Huh? Right. So let us move to the further. So previously, uh, I hope that if you come to this place, this I was posted to you. This is a data I posted. The seventh one which I missed it, I posted that also. Seventh day, on some part was missed it. Actually, it was posted it, but it was put it into another inner classroom. Went. It went into the fourth day. In that folder, it was entered as a inner folder that I did not observe it. So anyhow, I was posted properly. In last class, when you look at, we got some sort of what we got it. We got it some nan. We got it nan. Did you remember that? Last class part, we got it as a nan. So while I was reading the data with a gen from txt, this is the data. Last moment when I was reading, you got it as what? Man, and we got it. So let me go to the right from here. Sorry, Jupyter notebook. So there I'm using it. Now let us move to this place. So here I will post that point, reading the data from CSV file where it contains which data contains which data str data str data. So str data where it was, go to that place. Students, I hope that go to this place. E colon, today the numpy will be completed. There is a 9 a.m. data science. Under that, this is the one which contains this, right? This was containing like this: Rosam, Travis, Hunter, Gosling, something like this. This was the data what we had. This data when I read by using, when I using, when I say 8 dot like this, when I said gen from txt, this place, import numpy as np. So we got the data like this. We got what? Nan. Because the reason for that is anything entered in the Excel, it is treated as what? Float value. Float value. This is a worksheet for what? Numerical calculations, right? So this was containing what here? Even though I enter str data, this is taken as a numerical value. Because of that, we are getting as what here? Nan we got it. Because the CSV file is nothing but Excel data, it is treated as a float data only. So what I should do? I need to go for retrieving the data in the form of what? str. I have to get it in the form of what? str. So I'll get it. I'll get it. This is here. I'm going to get it here. I'm going to write it. Additionally, what I'm writing, d type is equal to what? str. D type is equal to str. Are you following me? What is the D type? It is the attribute of which function? Gen from txt. D type is equal to what? str I am mentioning. Now you print the data. So am I getting the same data now or not? Which type it is? ND array. ND array. Clear or not? So this is what I was getting last class error. You are getting by using D type as str, you are getting it. So here I'll be writing in this way also. Here I'm writing something like load txt. I'm getting the data like this also I can use. Yesterday what? Save txt. load txt. You can also do from where? Then from txt also you can get it. Okay, students. Right, done. Now I'm going to enter into the another part of it. Last class yesterday's pending part. It is I shown you here. So one can write the data if I review my previous point once. If I review my previous point once, this was my yesterday's class explanation. Now, students, I wrote the data which is in the form of str data, written in the form of what? Normal write. And I read the data. This is what might be you practiced it. Whatever the file was created, I am reading that. And the same thing I used it, what load txt. Instead of opening it in a regular style of our Python coding in NumPy, by writing in single line, you can say load txt. And you can go for one more data. I'm going to use a save txt, done, and end array save data in a text file. It is also going to be one more kind of data, save txt in another file with the data. And I'm trying to load with a comma, separated with space and all. You have seen yesterday's class these examples with the format 1.1f. If I did not write 1.1f, earlier it was shown in the form of what? Scientific notation. Scientific notation, it was saved it, right? Now here, when after mentioning 1.1, it was saved the data like a normal data only. Next after that, saved data with the spaces and all those things. Next after that, I read the data, load txt, different operations I shown you in the last class. And also one more thing called what of course, binary file also I took it npy. NPY. This is NumPy binary file. I mentioned it. I was opened physically this file name. What is it? nit.nit5.py. It was shown in the form of what? Some unreadable characters. That data I read by using function load of. Load of what? nit5.npy. So there two functions we learned already in the class. Save txt, load txt. That is for which file? Text file. Next, one more is binary file extension in NumPy is what? .npy. What is the function name? Save, load. Save and load. ఇప్పుడు చెప్పాను కదా already. Save, save, npy. Here, how I read the data, load. Already read. That's what. Before coming to the class, you must refer and come. That is better always. So here, we are printing it. Again, I'm loading it. Form of how to get first rows and row value by value. These are all we understood. CSV file data, CSV file data, everything was written it, and we read the data now. Now it's a time to see. It's a time to see to enter into the further. What is the next? When CSV file is already there, with what? Some columns and all. How to read the data with columns and all. That is also one of the important requirement. Online students, I hope you people are following me. That example you followed, the example I shown you, I think it is more clear for you. Online students, this example, respond all of you. So it is more clear. Now I am entering into, already there is a CSV file with what? Column names. So that I was about to show you in the class, I want to go for it. Very important requirement that is. So let me go to my existing root place. Here I am having exclusive. Under that, Python with NumPy, NumPy with IO. This is the data having everybody. These examples I'm going to show you today. This is my data having different type of values are available, integers, strings, and then floats. I treated everything as which type, object type. This part I'm going to take it. Take care, students. Now I want to go for getting this one by one. Here I'm going to take up. Or otherwise I'll take a new one. I will go for giving you clearly there. That part also I will open it, students. Now I'm going to take up, create a NumPy array with a both numeric and string data. NP dot array of, this is called one type of value, inner nested string, nested list, another nested list. So I'm printing simply A. I'm going to print it. Print of what? Content of A. Content of A. End array. End array. Print of A here. Print of A. So I must import NumPy here. Import NumPy as NP. NumPy as NP. So I'm getting, this is my content, which indicates what? Numerics, strings and everything, comma, type of A, type of A. Now this is my data. The D type you want to print it, it is called what? D type is object. D type is object is printed. Are you following me? Why object it is? Because it is having how many types? All different varieties of types are there. That's why I took it as what? D type is equal to object. Now I want to write the data to the CSV file. How to write the data to the CSV file? There are different varieties of things I said. Define the path to the output CSV file. What is my CSV file here? Output1.csv. If you want, you can write directly also. With open, write the NumPy array to the CSV file. With open, CSV file path, that means this entire thing, open in W mode as CSV file. Dear students, already CSV file is a file pointer pointing to my file. That file pointer I am converting into what? A writer object of CSV. This is writer function present into which module? CSV module. In the beginning days of my CSV classes, if you go to my playlist, any of it you take it, which is completed. In that CSV concept, working with a CSV file concept, writer function containing what? Write row as well as what? Write rows. To create the writer function, we must call what function? Writer of. This is the concept I already explained it. If anybody was not completed, we will be discussing in the class. So with open the file name as file pointer, writer object, write rows of this entire end array data, and I can print this message. So if I go to my place, here I'm opening, write, here I'm writing the comment, here I'm writing, write the above end array data to CSV file. CSV file. How to write it? With open. What is my CSV file? I want to take it, comma, W I am taking as what I am taking FP. What is my file path here, ma? I will like to go to this place. Python, my name data science. There I will take it. Go to the place. This address you take it. For mentioning my file to open it, here I am writing it. Here I am writing it. CSV. So I'm writing it. Need to take double slashes, written like this, W, and I need to write it. How do I write it? With the CSV module only I want to write it. Import to CSV, I will take it. There I need to write. CSV WR, CSV writer object is equal to CSV dot writer of, CSV dot writer of, I'm taking FP. My file pointer is pointing to this file and CSV writer object is coming. CSV WR dot write rows, because there are more number of rows are available. If it is a single row, I can use write row only. This function present into CSV WR object of A, I am writing it. What is this A here called? End array. Here A is called end array object. End array object. So once it is done, I will write it. End array data, return to the file. Return to the file. Return to the file. So verify. I will write it. ND array data written to the file. Write rows of what? A. Hmm. Ma? Where? Okay. So write something like write rows of write rows of spelling mistakes should not be written, and then you try to execute. So what is happening? ND array data written to the file. So what is the file created? ndnit.csv. Go to the place of our location. In this place, go to this location. There is a file name called what? ndnit.11.2. This is created now. Microsoft Office Excel comma separated file, and you try to open it. That entire data is written like this. Clear or not? So that I want to read out. That I want to read out. And my dear students, once if I take it as a file name, you know one thing. Once you take it as a file name, that will be taken as what? Sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3 will be there in Excel generally. That will be taken as a sheet name only. These are basics of your Excel sheet. So come out of that. Now I want to read this data. This is one way of writing. Another way of writing is also there. How do you get it? Get the data one by one from this end array. Write row by row, you write it. So that is the next example I am showing. Or this is called or I am going to take. Another way I am going to take up. What is the another way you see? With the right rows. Here right row I can use it. What is this now? ND array object you take it. ND array here. Same file path you are taking. What you are taking now? Here you are taking this data. CSV file with open CSV file path A CSV file. Getting this data for row in ND array. We can also write it as what? Writer dot write row. Value by value, because we are getting one row at a time from this place. Right row. I think you are following me. So this is another way to do it. So both writing this entire data, row by row, I'm going to write it. So I'm trying to get this entire thing. Go to this place also. In another way round, I'm going to take it. So this is the one, same importing complete one I'm taking. What is the CSV file path? I'm going to take it. ND, NIT, NDNIT, something like what is my previous file? NDNIT. This is called a 2.csv, and the same path I am using it here, and W mode here, and I'm going to write it CSV file. Get into writer object and writer here. After finishing that, I'm going to say, right, what is this happening? Same. ND array data return to the file. The students who did not complete this ND CSV file and all, please bother about it. You will come across this data. Indentation problem. Where is the indentation problem, students? So here, take care. So with open FP. So spot, remove that. So up to this, print off what to take it as A. Here I am writing it. So this is the data which is printed. There you try to open it. What is the next I am saying? Same kind of thing. You try to import it. Here I am going to write it. In this case, this is called a 2.csv. CSV or instead of write rows, what you will do for row in where A, or row in A, one row in A, iteration of the loop. Iteration of the loop. Write that row in A. How do you write that row in A? CSV WR dot. The students who are not completed the CSV file in my classes, we are going to get it. Nothing to worry about it. So this is an advanced part of ND arrays. So write row. So after this finishing, you are going to write completely row by row you are writing and try to run this code and see that what is happening. ND array data written to the file. Either you can write total data at a time by using write rows, or you can write the value by value, you can write it. So this is a file which is created. Check it out. This is a 2 Excel file is created. There we are going to get it one by one also available here. One by one also available here. There are these many ways are there to write the data to the end array. Then how to read the data? How to read the data from this place? How do you read the data? How do you read the data? With what concept? Gen from txt or load txt by taking everything in the form of what? str, or by taking everything in the form of what? Object. Right? Fine. So that is one thing. Another thing, already I shown you str type, object type, int type, you know how to take it. Another way, which is very, very important, when already this is called what here? There is a CSV file which does not contain any column names. It does not contain any column names. Only number 1, 2, 3, 4 is there. Names are there. Marks are there. What I am trying to create, there is a CSV file with ID, name, score. Same data I am taking in the form of column names. ID, name, score. 1, 2, 3, 4, all the things I am just writing it. So let me create a CSV file manually. How to create a name manually here? I am going to enter into CSV file is after all one text file. How to create it? Go to that file, new, normal text. There I am writing it. ID, comma, name. Next is called what I am taking? Marks. It is called a comma separated value. What is the importance of that? I used to tell in the files. Without telling also, you can say numpy is over. But this is compulsory here. So, coming to that. Sandeep is crying now. Sandeep is crying. Don't cry, Sandeep. Don't worry about it. So, if CSV files are missing, nothing to worry about it. 7:30 batch, maybe that morning batch student, I think so. Whatever I said, if you read well up to here, it is more than enough. చెప్పని దాని గురించి worry అవ్వకండి. Again, you will get it. If you want in 7:30 batch, I'll show you this numpy once again. This CSV file is, I did not talk to you. Where I am explaining? In files. There you will get very detailed part of that one. ID. And you can understand here also nothing difficult in that. ID is what? One column name. Name is called one type of a second column. Marks is another column. What is the ID? Number is called like this. Now I am taking here called what you know, Guido. Guido. Here I am writing it. Guido Van Rossum or Guido Rossum. Here I am taking. Marks I am taking as what? Something like 44.44. 44.44. Now I am taking 200. Next is called what you know? Travis Oliphant. Travis Oliphant. So like this. Comma I am writing 55.255. Next to 300. There I am writing something like John Hunter. John Hunter. So there it is having 22.34. Next I am going to write it 400. 400. Now I am writing something like Dennis Ritchie. Dennis Ritchie. Dennis Ritchie. So Dennis Ritchie. I am taking here Ritchie. There I am going to take it 55.89. This is my data which is entered. Everything is separated by what? A comma. Comma. Are you following me? Right. So I will try to save this data. How I am saving it? File, save. This is a save I am doing. So I am going to save it into where? Into my location, into 9 AM data science. There I am going to take it in the same place. Here I am going to take it. CSV file I need to take it. Here the default extension is what here? .txt. How to take it as CSV file here? There are two ways are there. One you can take all files. One you can take all files and you can write it. One you can take all files and you can save it. One more is what? You take it as .txt only. You can give it as what you know? Scientist.csv. You can write it. sci.csv. You can write it within the double quotes. In the case of txt, in all files, if you write, you can write sci dot csv, you can say save. Suppose if you take a txt dot txt, if you are interested to take it as it is, that time you have to write what? Within the double quotes, you need to write sci dot txt, I will write it. Sci dot txt, I will write it. I think you are following me. So if I am taking any extension related, take it within the double quotes, not txt, dot csv, you need to take it. CSV, you need to take it. So sci dot CSV, you need to take it within the double quotes. Say save. Save. Are you following me? Now, if I go to that place, into my place, 9 a.m. this one. Once if I save it as a CSV extension, it is automatically treated as what? Excel file it is treated. SCI. It is called one of the Excel file. It is one of the Excel file like this. Open it. This is the data what you got it. This is the data what you got it. So this is the data what you got it. So I hope that it is more clear for you. Okay, now this data I want to read. How to read this data? That is the most important. What is there? ID is there. Next is what is available? Name is there. As well as what? Columns also there. Marks is also there. How to read the data into the CSV file? As it is like column names and everything. In pandas, that is a left hand left finger. How to read in pandas? చూపిస్తాను ఒకసారి just import pandas as pd, which I am about tomorrow I am going to introduce. Data frame object is equal to, or something like a scientist data is equal to pd dot read underscore csv and absolute path of my file. Absolute path of my file. So there I am going to write it. There I am going to write it. Get this entire thing. Here I am going to write it. sci dot csv. sci dot csv. Dot csv. This is the one I am writing right here as like this. And try to print as what you know. sci data. sci data. Now you'll get perfectly about that entire data. Are you getting it? A type of the, which type it is? Object type. How I can print it? df dot or sci dot sci data dot d type. There it is going to be called what? So this is d type. So here I am going to write it. 1 minute you print. Wait. Here I am going to write it of sci dot data. sci dot data. sci dot data. You write it here. sci dot data. Print of type of sci data, which is going to be called as what? Data frame object. So there I can go for printing. It's a type also. It's a print type also. How to print the types and all? Don't worry at present. We are going to give you the clarity about that entire thing. This is based on what? Pandas. In further I am going to tell you. From this, if you want to get only name also, you can get the name also. Only name if you want, you can get only name also. Whatever the data you want, you can get the name. Marks. Whatever you want, you can get the data. That is not an issue now. What is an issue here? Issue is what? How to read the data from which file? For that, I am going to. When it contains column names. When it contains column names. That is our topic now. Enter most important requirement. Please come to the point. Here, you are importing that and you are trying to open that function name. What is that function name? Gen from txt, load of txt, etc. If you want to get ID is there, name is there, marks is there. I want to get it in my own type. Which type I am going to get it? ID will be in integers, name will be in str, marks will be in float. Right? That part I want to get it into my ND array also. How to get it? For that, there is a special concept is there. Define the data type of each column. D type is equal to one list object I am taking. What is the column name? ID. What is this psi force represents? 8 into 4 into 1, 4 bytes. That 4 represent 4 bytes. Of which data? Integer data. 4 bytes means how many bits? 32 bit. That is by default what is an output you have seen in my classes? Into 32, into 16. Like that we have seen or not? What is this into 16? What is into 32? Into 64? These are all called internal data type of which data type? Int type in C language. As far as the float is concerned, what is that? Float 16, float 32, float 64. What is the default data type of float? Float here taken float 64. That you have already seen in my class beginning days. And when you are coming to strings in the ND array object creation, I said any strings are there, it is taken in the form of U, stands for universal character set data. Whatever the length of your str, that much length U will come. If the string is containing 6 letters, U6 will come. If a string contains 10 letters, U10 will come. If it is containing 7 letters, U7 will come. Like that, what are all the columns are there in my CSV file? What are all the columns are there in CSV file? I am going to get it. ID, name and marks, whose type I am going to take as it is into my place. That is why I am taking tuple format, column and type, column and type, column and type. ID is integer type I am treating. Name is equal to like this and score is equal to like this. F4 I am taking. This is a data type of my columns. Define the data type for each column. Now read the data from the CSV file. Very, very important syntax. And the data from CSV file is np.gen from txt and mention the path of your CSV file, absolute path, and delimited by what? Comma, because they are available in separate cells. Because of comma, what will be given? They are putting into separate cells. Next, D type is equal to what? D type. Which type you are mentioning? Separate types you are mentioning. D type is equal to D type means don't get confused here. D type is equal to D type is nothing but these many things you are taking. Names is equal to true. That means I want to get the names of the columns also. Names is equal to false means what will not come? Column names will not come. Names is equal to true also will come. That entire thing will come, everything in the form of structured array. It is also an ND array only. I am printing the data and printing its type also. So I am going to read the data from which file? CSV file. So here I am trying to write it. This program, most important, this is most important. This program reads the data from CSV file where it contains which data? Different column names with a different type. So NP, and what is my